Okay, welcome everyone. You're all looking like you're ready for a fitness class. You need to come down and join me on the floor. We're actually going to start at the back of the mat. I might just turn my music down just a little bit. So draw your big toes together, your knees relatively wide. And we are just going to come into a nice bit of breath work. So we'll come into child's pose. And you can choose to have arms extended, or if you prefer, you can have your knees together and arms just placed behind you. I always just mention at the beginning of class just to really take your practice at your own level, wherever that is, just to listen to your body and just to be guided by your breath. So let's take a few inhalations, exhalations, so in through the nose and exhale also out through the nose. So this is just that Ujjayi style breath, a little bit of restriction at the back of your throat. It's like a barely audible sound. Let's try that again. Inhale, feel a lift, and exhale out through the nose. Soft oceanic sound. Really starts to calm the central nervous system, especially if you had to hurry to get here. We just start to release our stress and breathe into our bodies. So on your next in-breath, let's move forwards just onto the hands and the knees. Climb on up, walk your hands back slightly. I'm just going to take a little dip here, so a little cat-cow. So just drawing the belly down, the eye gaze forwards, and then chin to chest as we round the spine. Do that again. Inhale, drop the pelvis, eye gaze forwards, and then exhale, chin to chest, draw it up. And again, inhale and exhale. And then do two more times. So drawing your belly down in towards the earth, and then leveling up, chin to chest. And one more time. And exhale. So as you come back into your center, we're going to go ahead and lift and extend our right leg out the back. So inhale the breath just around to about the butt height. Abdominals are squeezed in, and just see if you can take advantage of this pose with your left arm extended. So you've got a little pointer. So we're going to open on the diagonal. Keep the eye gaze forward and then close it down just to 180 degrees. Good, and again open onto the diagonal and exhale, draw it back into your center. So we're going to go two more times. Inhale and exhale. One last time to open, keep that eye gaze forwards. As you come back into your center, just keep your leg elevated, lower the left hand and just walk them about a half a hand distance forwards and draw your body weight over towards those hands. You can lower with one leg extended, or you can keep your two knees on the floor. So down you go to dip, release both your feet. Inhale, just a baby cobra as we look forwards, and exhale, we land. Let's do that again. Inhale, peel the chest off, squeeze the buttocks, and exhale, lower and land. One more time, peel the shoulders back. Exhale, we land. Push the floor away. Round the spine as you lift, and exhale back into child's pose. So I want you just to rock gently over toward the left buttocks, the left heel, just exaggerating the stretch through the side body. And just repeat on the other side. So just right buttock to right heel, extending through that left side body. Let's do a couple more times. So inhale to exhale, just shifting the weight comfortably from heel to heel. And one more time, each side. Excellent. And then come back into your center. And once again, come onto all fours. Beautiful. Walking the hands just a little bit closer towards you as you extend through the left leg. Just make sure your hips are level and down towards the floor as you extend your right arm. Let's open to the 45 degrees. Inhale, thumb is up. Exhale, we come back to our center. And again, inhale to open. And exhale close it down. So direct the attention now, fingertips to toes, and then back into your center. And we have one more time. Straight and strong with control and focus. As you come back into your center, hand comes back down to the floor. Just shift the weight slightly, shift your body. So shoulders should be directly in alignment with your wrists. Exhale, lower down. Both feet to the floor. Inhale, peel the chest up. Baby cobra, and exhale down. Now this time, take your fingertips just outside your mat. So the modification of cobra. So your 10 toes stay on the floor as you rise. And then we exhale and lower. And again, one more time. Try not to create tension if you can through your neck and shoulders. Exhale as we land. Plant your hands underneath your shoulders and press yourself back up, rounding through the spine and all the way back to child's pose. Good, so we're going to exaggerate a little bit more movement now through the spine, through the legs and through the buttocks. So like you go ahead and tuck your toes. And as you lift on up, you're going to hover with your buttocks just over the tops of your heels. The arms are outstretched. So it's kind of like a bear pose. Now come forward, surge your heart towards your hands, lower the knees if you need to. I'm going to try that again. So you can either go, just if you stay there for a second guys, you're either going to go back to child's pose with tucked toes. You get a good stretch through the soles of your feet. And then you come into that assisted supported plank. Or from an extended position, you come back to bear, knees hovering off the floor, and then draw the body weight forwards. And we're not going to do too many of them. So we'll go together now. Inhale, draw the tail back. Exhale, surge the heart forwards. And again, surge back. Knees hovering above the floor, core strong, and come forward. So you're either child's pose to supported plank, or coming with me into this stronger, more primal active state. Come again. And now let's lower ourselves down through chaturanga. So it's like a little push-up. Elbows stay close. Good. Fingertips come out as we come into modified cobra. Just warming the body, and exhale all the way down. And draw your hands back underneath your shoulders. As you rise this time, keep your left knee on the floor, and inhale, your right leg lifts on up. Good. Tap it across. So you've got your left diagonal, and slide yourself back onto the angle, keeping the hands centered as we come into a modified pigeon. So you're going to really feel this tease out any tension that you're holding through the piriformis. And just relax through the back of your neck. Subtle rock side to side. Excellent. And then think about now just driving the toe into the floor, pressing, lifting, elevating, right leg lifts off, and then lower the knee down. Good. Let's take your left leg and extend it on back. Good. And we're going to tuck and look over to our right side. Slide the foot back on the diagonal. And take a generous breath in as we just subtly rock side to side, just an inch or two, teasing out that right side. And just allowing space into your mind and into your body. And we do that through the oxygen, through the breath. So go ahead, tuck the toe, draw belly to spine, lift and elevate. Good. And then just park that foot back. So you're going to drive it into the floor, and then go ahead and press your left heel down as you come and rise just into your first downward facing dog with right leg elevated off the floor. And then switch over, so plant your right heel to the floor and just hover your left foot off the floor. Now plant both your feet down into downward facing dog. Toes a little narrower than your heels, spreading your fingertips wide. And walk the dog, so you're just going to plant one heel, rise onto one ball of toe, and switch. Doing this a couple of times. It's kind of like massaging the soles of your feet and feeling that beautiful extension through the hamstrings as we bring some heat into the body. And then plant both your heels to the floor. and lower the knees down for me. We're not going to stay here for too long. I want you to untuck your toes, lift the right arm up, and then send it through the space underneath your left arm as you sit the tailbone back and we come into thread the needle. Lifting up through the left arm, and an option just to wrap it over the back of the waist as you soften through that top shoulder. Head can be supported on the floor or just hovering above. Just nurturing the body once again with the in-breath. And we're going to windscreen wipe that left arm all the way up and over. Plant your left hand and go ahead and rise again vertically. Right arm to the rooftop. Good, and plant your right hand back to the floor. Left arm does the same. Inhale to lift, opening, and exhale to plant it through the space. Pressing your tailbone back through to your heels. And if you wish, pick up the right arm and wrap it over the back of your waist as you lightly support the side of your head. Allowing the breath just to circulate around the body. More importantly, around the shoulder. Take a beautiful big swim up and over the top, so right arm swims over, plant it on the floor, and go ahead and extend yourself back to the vertical. Inhale to climb high. Good, and exhale to land. Good, we're going to go ahead and tuck the toes once again. The body should be nice and warm now to lift yourselves back up to downward facing dog. Good, we're going to take a few little poses here. It's going to be quite an active stretch through the hip flexors as well as the psoas. So this becomes the dynamic lunge. So we'll be moving through it fairly quickly, but please take it at your own pace. So micro knee bend, look between your hands, right foot steps outside your right pinky. Good, lower the back knee, fingertips on the floor. Go ahead and lift the body. So you want to have your knees stacked above that hip, knee above your ankle. Tuck your toe, you know what I was talking about. Hands down. Lift your back thigh and step ourselves back to downward facing dog as we breathe out. Good. So we're going to do the other side. So bend your knees, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Good, so it's a little bit wider. Lower the back knee, plant your fingertips, lift the chest. Feel the diaphragm expand. Plant your hands, lift your back thigh, juice it up, and send it back to downward facing dog. So we're going to do the same again. Bend your knees, step the right foot outside the right hand. So it's a nice wide one. Feel free to keep the knee lifted. Rise through the chest. That's a bit more of an active stretch. Good. And then plant your hands and step yourself back to downward facing dog. Let's warm up the left side. So bend knees, step to the outside of your left pinky. Knee can come down or stay lifted. Pressurize. That's it. So you want to lift up, aerate the spine. Plant the hands and exhale back to downward facing dog. We're going to go one more round each side. You can choose to have thigh lifted or knee planted. And then we're going to go ahead and add an arm line. So right foot steps outside right hand. And go ahead and lift your right arm. So it's a beautiful active twist. Right hand comes back down inside your right leg. Breathe into the core and step back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Let's support the spine as we step left foot outside left hand. Option to open left arm. Now try and take it right up vertically. So you should have a beautiful straight line. Active back thigh, soften through your shoulders and your neck. Hand is replaced again. Breathe out, breathe in and step back. Downward facing dog. Now if you feel you need a little breather in between, pop your knees down for child's pose. Otherwise come with me for your flow, chaturanga. So you want to draw the chest forward, shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, lower yourselves down, elbows stay close. Smooth toes, you can take modification of the cobra all the way through to night sequencing or lift on up to upward facing dog. Good, now this time we're going to roll over the tips of your toes all the way back to downward facing dog or any other way you'd like to come on up. Well done. Alright, so bend your knees, step your right foot outside your right hand and then step your left foot outside your left hand so it's in a wider position tonight. Good. Bending the knees just a touch more, cupping the elbows with both your hands and just swaying side to side, just very gently, letting go of your day. Feeling the support of the floor beneath you, grounding yourself, but also letting go of any burdens that you're carrying in your neck, your shoulders. Really important. Good, and then just pause, just in the center. I'd like you to keep your hands now just down on the floor directly underneath your shoulders. Can you toe heel your feet a little wider than your mat? Can you bend your knees, please? And lift and extend your right arm to the rooftop. So we're just supporting ourselves as we lift up for a nice little twist here, a standing twist. Good. Right hand comes back down to the floor. Breathe out and just let the head float back down. Then take a flat back extension here, so fingertips plug in, and we take our eye gaze slightly forwards. Bend the knees a little bit more and exhale back down. Right hand stays on the floor, left arm rises high to sky, so like you're pushing the floor away. Beautiful twist for the thoracic. And then left arm comes back down to the floor. And once again, just let everything just decompress. Bend your knees a little more if you need to, and just let your head flop on down. Good, we're going to climb again. So left hand stays on the floor. If you want to increase the stretch as you lift your right arm up, see if you can straighten your legs a little bit more. And you might get a little bit more out of it. Right hand comes back down and we side out. Bend the knees in between if you feel you need to. Move your head side to side. Prepare for the other side. Right hand stays on the floor. Inhale, your left arm rises. Good, and then exhale, left hand comes back down. And just go ahead and release. Good, so we're going to plug your fingertips in once again. Inhale, eye gaze looks up. Exhale as we lower. Turn your toes out and your heels in. Good, we're going to go for a nice wide squat. So drop through the tailbone. Good, and inhale, circle your arms wide. So from here, all you want to do now is just take a couple of like 5-pointed stars. So you're just going to drop into the legs, elbows go nice and wide. Good, and then inhale, rise on up. So you want to have your hands like a star. Yes. Alright, and then drop into the earth, elbows wide, and then reach up beautifully tall. So you want to suspend yourself. So lower the bodies down. Inhale, reinvigorate your spine and your entire body. And again, drop into it. And this time, I'd like you to turn the heels back. Airplane wings, tailbone shoots out the back, and we exhale all the way down. Some of you might be able to catch your heels. Drop through the crown of the head and move it side to side. Sorry about the few extra acoustics. Make this in the way. Alright, release the grip. I'm going to get you just to hover your chest over towards the right leg. So just walk your left hand over towards the right foot and allow your chest to soften against that right leg. If you felt you wanted to add the twist, you could lift the right arm up to the sky. Inhale the breath, looking slightly behind you. Exhale, right hand comes back down. Come through the center. Tiptoe your hands to the other side. Once again, just adjusting. So chest towards your left leg. Either stay or lift the left arm as well to the sky. Eye gaze looking at the back. Exhale, soften down. Walk yourself back to the center. Good, inhale, halfway look up. Exhale, soften down. Inhale, and all you want to do is put the weight in the hands and step one foot back at a time to downward facing dog, so hip width apart. Now you're going to take a natural flow here, or you could take child's pose. So becoming with the flow, we're going to do it 2 times through. First round will be opening up to the right side of the body for side plank, second time round, evidently the left. So shoot the body weight forwards to high plank or knees down. So if you want to do it first as the base level, we're going to open up our right side of the body and extend through the right leg. Option is to advance and take the leg off the floor or keep your toe in contact. Good, we're going to shut this one down. Right arm comes to the floor as we flip the body. And if you're on your knees or toes, does not matter. We're going to lower ourselves down first through chaturanga. We'll come back onto the other side. And sit all the way. Good girls. Fingertips, you are hardcore. Come on up, elbows nice and wide. And lower yourselves down. Good, hands come back underneath the shoulders. And what you want to do is tuck your toes, lift up to supported plank, and all the way back to downward facing dog. Lucky us, we get to do that all again. Shoot your body weight forwards to high plank or supported plank. Left arm opens this time for side plank, looking in the opposite direction, lifting up through your side body. Or you could take advantage and extend your left leg off the floor. Foot hovers just above your right leg. Good, get ready to flip it back over. So hands come. Good, and we're going to lower ourselves down. Good, chaturanga, elbows stay close. Modified cobra or curl the spine. Inhale the breath. And if you came into that upward position, you can flick over the backs of the toes, or you can come through supported or full plank. Well done, everyone. Now keep your left foot on the floor. Inhale, your right leg rises high to sky, three-legged dog. Good. Bend the knee and roll open that hip so you can go ahead and look underneath your right forearm. Good. We're going to come back into our center, but we're not done just yet. We're going to take, it's kind of a little bit like the fire hydrant kind of movement. So your knee goes wide, and you're going to do these little baby circles. Draw your right knee in towards your left thigh, and then shoot the toes back up to the sky. Just pay attention to how your hips feel. You are lubricating your right hip joint, working into our sacral center, your emotional center, and releasing any stuck, stored energy or emotions out of that cavity. So take 3 circles or 4, it doesn't matter. And then lift your right leg high to sky. Rise onto the left ball of the toe. Let's take a breather and step the right foot between the hands. Breathe out. Lower the back knee. Inhale, hands join and come and rise. So you're going to make a beautiful point at the top. Exhale, land. Good. Inhale, arms go wide, just to the shoulder height for me. So you're just opening the body. Good. Now exhale as you come back. I want you to extend the leg, but stay lifted and just give the body a bit of a hug. So you're going to give yourself a nice good stretch through that upper back. Getting ready to plant your right foot once again. Inhale, direct your heart forward, spread your fingertips. Maybe you can go a little deeper this time. Good, and exhale, drop back into it. Just keep your body quite neutral in this position. Good if you've got any shoulder issues. One more time, open up your heart space. Good, and exhale, draw it back. And that body a good hug. Okay, so we're just going to separate now. So separate the arms, but shoot the hands up towards the sky. So inhale, and just keep them separated for me, and hands come inside the foot. Go ahead and turn that toe out for me, right hand to right thigh. Drop into the hips a little bit more and look and open up that right side of your body. Some of you may want to go further with this, in which case you would do, it's not a side plank, it's not a fallen triangle. You just roll onto the pinky toe edge, have your foot facing outwards from the mat, hand on your thigh, and then just drop in so you close the gap between forearm and side body. Good option, of course, is to extend the arm as well if you're feeling really courageous. Sweep it up and over for me. Turn everything back, parallel, hands to the floor, and step your right foot back for me. Breathe out. Good. Now let's just take the left leg high to sky, a 3-legged dog. Give it a really good boost to lift it up towards the rooftop, like you want to ring a doorbell with your big toe. Bend the knee, roll open the hip, look underneath your left forearm. So just navigating our way, just slowly opening up this hip. And through that hip crease, come back to square the hips off for me. We're going to take those 3 to 4 little circles. So you direct your knee out to the side, and like a magnetic force, draw it into the right side, and then shoot it back up to the sky, still in a bent position. Opening and closing. Core remains really super tight. So once you've performed your 3 to 4, I want you to go ahead once again and shoot that leg high to the sky. Take advantage of this beautiful long stretch for the hamstring. Rise onto the right ball of the toe and step to the top of the mat. Well done. How are you guys doing? Knees to the floor, smooth toe. Inhale, palms pressed together. So you want to really sandwich them quite close. That's it. And then just drop into those hips. Now you just want to open the arms. Feel that support still through your back, and then draw yourselves back in, so you're going to stay quite lifted here, but still getting a little stretch through the hamstring, chin to chest. So just maintain your balance. Open once again. As it's spreading your wings, and then come on in, just giving yourself a little hug, chin to chest. Good, pressurize that left foot, open up. That's it, again, smile with your heart, very nice. And then exhale, come back. Good, now on this round you just want to plant the foot, inhale, shoot the hands up to the sky. Dropping in a little deeper if the body allows you to. Hands come to the inside of that left foot. Turn the foot out for me, keep the right hand where it is, left hand to left thigh, and then go ahead and just take, it's like you're parting ways, so drop into it, open up through the chest, drop the shoulder. Those of you who want to go further, you keep the right hand where it is, you tuck the toes slightly so you can roll to pinky toe edge safely. Turn your left foot out a little bit more, just so it's nice and safe and sound as you drop down, hip towards the floor. Very nice, and then you could take the arm and open as well. All these beautiful options. Okay, we're going to swim that arm back on over the top. If you took that option, good, hands come back to support you, and step yourself back to downward facing dog, breathing out. Okay, let's take chaturanga or a child's pose. You get to choose. Shoot the body weight forwards. Exhale, allow the body to land safely. So inhale, supported cobra, a little modified cobra, or upward facing dog. Good, and exhale, roll over tips of toes, downward facing dog. Now take a moment, walk it out if you need to. Now this time, you've got the choice. You can take that wide step, right foot, left foot, to land at the top of your mat, outside your mat. Or if you're feeling a little more springy today, bend your knees, and you can take a light pounce, but your feet go wide. Yep. Aha, ninjas, all right. Now turn your toes towards the front, that's it, parallel, and just let your head drop into the earth. Inhale, halfway lock up, so take your flat back extension. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, right arm climbs high, so vertical lift. Good, stretching through the body. Exhale, lower down. Bend your knees a little bit and side out. Let's do it on the left side. So left arm climbs high. Good, and exhale, drop down. Good, head is hanging heavy and low. So on one beautiful big breath, you're going to turn your knees and toes out, your heels together. Drop into your wide squat like a sumo. Good. Inhale, rise on up. You guys are looking pretty excited about doing indie squat. You want to do indie squat? Not yet. Elbows drop in, drop the tailbone, and then rise again, 5-point star. Exhale, drop in. Inhale, like you want to grab something from the heavens, that's it, and pull it down. Inhale to rise. Now this time I'm just going to get you to lean on over to your right side. So put the body weight on the right, open the arms like a star, there you are, and then lift your left leg and funnel out the energy through the tops of the hands. Good, we're going to drop back into our wide squat, 5-point star, drop in for me, and rise on up. And again, drop into the heels, hello legs, and then rise on up. Drop in. Who's loving me right now? Anyone? You all put your hands up. That was pretty special. Come on over to your left side. You don't want any more squats, do you? Come on over to the left side. Arms go wide. Lift up your right leg and come into that star pose. I promise I'll be a little kinder this time. Okay, so drop into wide squat for me. You're off the hook now. So I want you to take like a coat hanger and then extend through the arms. Chest comes forward. I'm going to just float the chest and the heart down. Grab hold of the ankles if it's possible. And just wash away the stress. Move your head side to side. Breathing in, breathing out. So this time is wide-legged forward fold. Clasp your hands at your tailbone. And let's take a beautiful chest opener, shoulder release. So you're going to lift your arms up, your clasped hands up towards the base of your head. We're just going to dip you down a little further. Amazing stretch for the hamstrings. Continue to breathe. And then just release the arms, very slowly of course, release the pressure. And your hands are going to float in front. Now to get into Hindi squat from here, I do recommend toe heeling. If you're not keen on doing Hindi, you can do a little version of that, which would be sumo squat. So similar to what you just did before, you just have your legs kind of fairly wide to the mat and hands come together and use in a half squat. However, to get into full Hindi, you want to bring those heels in quite close. Drop through the tailbone, hands to the heart space. Press your thigh bones away from each other and just take a little gentle, subtle rock side to side. Beautiful, there's the magic right there. So taking your right hand to the floor as an option, and straight away you're going to open up through the left side. So you want to pay attention that you haven't dipped in. Okay, no double dipping. So right hand, right big toe, left arm rises, dropping through those hips. Good, now we're going to give ourselves a little breather. Hand comes back down, tip the hips forwards and the head down to the floor. And give yourself a little breather. A little bit of respite. Let's get ready to drop in again. And our little friend here, Hindi squat. So turn your knees and toes out, drop the tailbone, palms press. That's it. And we're just going to draw the thigh bones away from each other. Either stay with this one or come into that open position. So left hand comes to the floor and we peel the right shoulder back. Excellent. Right hand comes back down towards the floor. And all you want to do now is just lift up through the tailbone. That's it. And just drop the head. Just washing side to side. Keep your hands on the floor, keep your back nice and strong, and we're going to step ourselves back to downward facing dog. Breathing out. Good, go ahead now, and everyone just open the knees nice and wide. Take those big toes to touch. Knees could go even wider if you can, and you're going to just allow yourselves to come all the way down to the floor. Chest now is supported, head is relaxed. Some of you might like to take that right arm underneath, and you can take a little thread the needle just to release your shoulder, one at a time. If you took the right arm under, I'd advise now just to shift it back where it came from, and then send your left arm underneath, softly through the shoulder, threading that needle, or just keeping everything straight and strong. So reaching your left arm back down the full length of the mat. Good. Now we're going to tuck the toes at the back, so draw your body weight slightly forwards first, so that you can just simply take the tuck, draw your knees in parallel, shift the hands back, downward facing dog, all the way up. So keeping those heels exactly where they are, I'd like you to go ahead and lift your right leg high to sky, three-legged dog. Bend the knee and roll open that hip, look underneath that right side. Feel free if you wanted to continue on over, just as an option, you could take wild thing now. So you just flick that right forward toe down to the floor, just outside your mat, lifting the arm, elevate, and reach it back over the head. Good. It's just an option. When you come back again though, guys, make sure the hand comes first and the right leg comes back up high to sky, so everyone comes back into that three-legged dog. But we're going to draw the right knee into the chest as we come forwards to the plank position, so knee comes in. Now tuck everything up as if you were doing like that cat-cow position. You want to suck the belly button in and then exhale again, reach the right leg high to sky. As you come in again this time, see if you can suck it in a little bit more. Inhale. You could be doing it with your left knee on the floor if that's better for you. And exhale all the way up. Let's power it back in again. Inhale. And last time, all the way up. Exhale. Good. Step that right foot between the hands to the top of your mat. Good. Now this time, you're going to keep yourself in this posture and lift your arms on up to crescent pose. So you want to lift, extend, and drop into the earth. Now we're going to take a little twist from here. So your right arm is going to pull away from your left, look back over your right shoulder, and arms open nice and wide. This is a tricky one. So if you want to try it first with your knee down, it might be easy. And then you sweep them, come back together at the bottom, and then rise on up at the top. We're going to do that a couple of times, so you're really going to get used to it. So if you want to prefer this position here, you're simply opening, arms part ways, sweep down towards the floor, and rise all the way up. Of course, if you can handle that a little bit more exaggeration of the movement, drop into the thighs, arms open wide, you get the benefit of the twist, and then sweep on up, breathe, and lift. Excellent. I want you just to maintain that position, open up through the chest. Good, we're going to take a balance and support pose here, so turn your palms back down towards the floor, step off, and take the plunge. So you can either keep your foot low, or we can rise on up to that aeroplane position. So it's like a warrior 3. Draw your arms right back behind you now. Sweep them back, all the way to the back leg. And we're going to step ourselves back down again. Crescent pose. Good, hands are going to come and support on either side of your right foot, and step yourself back to downward facing dog. Breathe out. Either taking child's pose or take a chaturanga. Sequence and flow is coming forwards to high plank. Exhale, lower down. Modified cobra or full upward facing dog. And then exhale over the back, downward facing dog. And we'll wait for everyone to come back up. Shoot your left leg high to sky, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, roll open the hip, look underneath your left side. If you wish to take it further, pivot on the right ball with your toe and flip it on over for wild thing. So your right leg stays extended, squeeze the buttocks, look up to the sky. As we rotate our body back, look down to the floor, hand comes first, and extend your left leg high to sky. So then we've got these 3 little knee pumps. So when you come forward, shoulders to wrists, knee tucks in, suck the belly high. Exhale, rise again. Inhale, draw it in, and scoop. Exhale, press it away. One more time, draw it in, feel that magnetic effect. And exhale, lift and extend. Good, now you're going to step between the hands and come to the top of the mat. Crescent pose, so you're going to come on up, extension through the arms. Remember the option will be to keep your knee down. So if you found it really challenging on the other side, this is totally okay. Alright, so left arm parts way, right arm comes ahead of you as you look and open, get the twist. Let the hands continue down towards the floor and rise on up. So I want to see your heel lifted at the back. A little bit safer when you're doing this pose. That's it. Open, sweep away. Inhale, rise on up. Good. Exhale, sweep away. Inhale, rise on up. Beautiful. Now just let your arms part ways. Open your chest. Let's get ready for takeoff. So palms face down. Step forwards. Balance. Leg hovers off the back. Chest comes forwards. Reach the arms all the way back behind you if it's possible. And then we're going to take a big step. Drop on in. Inhale again. Good. And then hands come down, framing the front foot. And step yourself back. Downward facing dog. Let's take a little breath here. Open up your knees, big toes touching. And press yourself back to child's pose. We're going to take a little shoulder opener this time. So just a slight different variation. Before we did thread the needle this time. choice is just to allow your arms to just come all the way back behind you, forehead to the earth, palms face up, knuckles resting down. Or clasp them at the back and take that little shoulder opener. So just drawing the arms towards the sky, teasing a little bit out of the tension that might be caught in your shoulders. Good, and then just gently release that off. So if your arms are lifted, just allow them now just to support around your body. Resting into the floor, letting go of your day. 3 centering breaths. So I very much suggest that your arms are just going to float beside you. Exhale all the way out. Press your tailbone down to the ground. And on this last breath in and out, go ahead and just reach your arms back out in front. We're going to drive ourselves back up onto the hands. Take a breath in. Tuck your toes at the back and press all the way back out through to downward facing dog. Bending your knees and step the left foot to the top of the mat. Excellent. And then pivot yourself around to face the outer wall for me. Good. So you're going to be facing the yellow wall. So did everyone press their left foot forwards? Yeah, that's the way. Good. Don't worry, you get to do the other side as well. So we're going to turn our left toe out to 45 degrees. And we're going to come into a little ninja. So walk your hands over. So we've been working our way up to this pose. So a couple of different ways you can do this pose. You can have your hands just hovering just underneath your shoulders and just lean into it, just so it's like a little half lunge. Or you can come into a deeper version of this, or you pull the big toe back towards you. Good. Last option, left hand comes in front of your left foot and right arm opens up. So this is quite an intense position to be in, so please don't do this one if you have any issues around your hips or your knees. Right hand comes back down, wherever you are, lift your body and walk yourself just to the center. What I definitely say is, I'm going to guide you through the next side, is try to leave your ego at the door. So if that means that you need to step it back one notch before you try and attempt to do the harder version, because some of the harder versions can be very taxing on the body. And sometimes we force the body into positions we may not necessarily be comfortable in maintaining with breath. So in this forward fold position, I'd like you all just to have your hands just in front of you slightly and open up the chest, look forward, so take a flat back extension. Exhale all the way down. We're going to do that 2 more times just to decompress your spine. Inhale, look forwards. Exhale all the way out. And again, inhale, looking forwards. And exhale all the way out. Good. Now turn your right foot out 45 degrees. Start to walk your hands over towards that side and take a little knee bend. So quite honestly, yeah, you can just be in this nice little hovered position, not going any further. Your back is supported. Some of you know it's easy to get yourself down, but you must peel that big toe up and drop in. Try to keep your right arm by your right knee so it doesn't curve itself in. You want to push it back out. And of course you can open up through the left side, and some of you can really drop into this one, so it's a nice inner thigh stretch as well. Good, bring it back down, lift yourselves up, maneuver yourself back to the center, turn your feet parallel for me. Good, bend your knees just a touch, and you can either take your hands to the small of your back, and just drop on down, give it a little massage, or clasp your hands once again and draw them up and over. So we've got one more little surprise for you tonight. I love surprises. Just allow the arms to release for me. This is going to be totally an option though, so I'm going to get you all set up in an easier version before we go into bird pose. So So if you choose to not go into this shoulder stand tonight, what you're going to essentially do is come down onto the floor however you can. So let's just imagine we come down, buttocks will be on the floor, you'll be facing outside there. You're going to keep your knees quite wide. It's going to be one option. This is the chill option. Don't you all take the chill option, by the way. So I'll talk you through it, but your left hand will just come underneath here and you're just going to take a nice little open twist. Yeah, and then on the other side, your right hand, I'll cue you when I want you to change. So for now, if you're going to be in the chill option, your left hand stays webbed underneath and your right arm opens. Okay, for those of you who wish to do a bird pose, you're going to pop yourselves back on it with feet hip width apart. And you're going to face the front for me. So the rest of you guys, please open up your right arm and take that nice little twist for me. Anyone who wants to try bird, what you're going to do is essentially have your feet hip width apart. You're going to have your hands just in front of you, spread them. Now, to get into bird pose, bend the knees and allow the knees to rest on the backs of your triceps. And as you shift your way forwards, I would advise just trying it with one toe first and then the opposite toe. And if you feel confident that you can, you're going to bring your two big toes together. You just keep your eyes slightly forward, so it's a bit of a triangular position. And anytime you need to come out of it, pop the feet back down and come back into Hindi squat. So if you attempted bird, please drop yourselves back down for me now, coming to Hindi squat. And the rest of you, you're just going to come into a forward fold. You're not going to change sides just yet. So you're just going to forward fold yourself over the top, elbows down, or you can keep your knees bent. Alright, good to see some of you did bird pose. So from here, take another breath in, all the way out. And those of you who are in forward fold, you're going to opposite arm is going to extend. So bend both your knees and open through the side that you haven't stretched yet into your twist. Those of you who are doing bird with me, hands, might even do it from the side on for you. So hands come slightly in front, rise onto the balls of your toes, come and rest the knees. It's like a little suction. And as you come forward and you spread the hands, you press into the heels of the hands, maybe one toe just to test it, or the opposite, or then you can glue the big toes together, suck the belly button in. Because this is mostly, yes, it's a shoulder stand, but it really is core strength that's keeping you there. As you come out of this one, keep pressing into the heels of your hands and just a slight touch down and the hands come back together. And we try to breathe normally. Good work. You guys can come back into your forward fold and we're going to come and join them now. So just bring your hands back behind you. And if everyone wants to turn and face the front if you want to, all those guys can stay facing that way. So legs going to come out nice and wide, bent or extended. Big toes turn out, so nice external rotation, lift up through the belly and the spine, and exhale soften back down. Go into whatever degree works for you. So if you want to go deeper, hands come on either side, chest nails to the floor, or you can keep yourself quite lifted. It's totally okay, yeah. Or, even if that feels, yeah, that's fine. So just hands here just to support the body, all built differently. So some of us really struggle with those inner thigh stretches. I do want you to breathe through it. So inhale and exhale. Even if you just rock gently side to side, this is a really good way, if you notice what I'm doing, it's kind of just kneading it out. It's moving through the fascia. But just by doing that gentle side-to-side motion, you start to release and let go of all that resistance. Let's just take one more round of breath. Really taking care of the body. And then gently push the floor away. Good, and we're going to bring the legs in. I do want to give you just a little twist for the spine, which will also release your hips a little bit. So I'll just mirror you now. So just tuck your left leg in underneath of you and your right leg is going to stack on top. Most of you have done this one with me before. I'm just going to plant through both of your hips and make sure that they're nice and square. Wrapping the left arm to the right thigh, pulling it in. So option one is just to stay there and hang out. Or take the arm back behind you. Look over your back shoulder as you take a deep breath in. And exhale out. And again inhale. And exhale. So a little bit of different sequencing tonight just to test us out. It's always good to challenge our minds as well as our bodies. As you come back around to the front with your eye gaze, you're simply going to separate your feet until they touch, your knees wide, your hands back behind you, and just press the knees out, maybe a little seesaw either side, or a little lift if you prefer. Opening up through the chest, slight elevation. And then lower yourselves down if you took the elevation, breathing out. And then just a couple of extra rocks before we take our right leg. So you're going to keep the left leg where it is. Pick up the right leg. Other side, left leg. Please right leg tucks in underneath. See, that's what happens when you try to mirror. I'm just doing the same side. So right arm comes around left thigh. Pull it in. And then just take that little rock over your back shoulder. Pressing evenly through the sitting bones. And exhaling all the way out. And again, climb high up the spine. Exhale all the way up. And one last time. And exhale all the way up. Now as we turn our eye gaze back towards the front, just allowing your legs to unravel. If you feel you need a little bit more of a stretch, just windscreen wiper side to side. Before we make our way back down towards the floor. In which case, spin around with you guys. Just roll yourselves back very gently. If you've got a towel that you want to bring back just to keep you a little warmer. And of course there's always the option just as a last pose if you felt you wanted to. Draw your big toes together, your knees wide, your head relaxes. And then just sweep the arms back over the head just for a nice little reclined butterfly. Allowing your chest to open, your lower spine to find the floor. And just close your eyes down. And then start to think about extending your legs out in front. Arms just pressing away from you. Gently curl the knuckles. We're just going to start at the top of the body and work our way down. And just gently massaging the back of your head, just walking your head side to side. Very subtle movement. Just notice if you have any tension caught in the back of your neck. Imagine that's just extending now, so you're just letting go of that tension, stretching it out, maybe drawing the crown up a little further away from your shoulders. just pay attention to your right shoulder. Allow your right shoulder to sink and melt into the mat so it's heavier on the other side. And then go ahead and take a deep breath in and allow your left shoulder now to sink, to equalize now, right and left sides of your body. Allowing that energy to flow all the way out through both your arms, elbows, wrists, and fingertips. Only take a small soft fist position with your right hand. Just draw it in like you're holding a little ball of colour in your hand. Just choose a colour. Anything that's causing you stress in your life, I want you to picture what that little ball would look like. And then as you release it, I want you just to release it and let it go. Let that stress move out of your body. It could still be that colour, it could be moving out in a mist. And do the same on the left side. Just draw your attention to your left hand and make a soft fist. Picture a colour, something that may be causing stress in your life. And whatever image comes into your mind first, just hold it in your mind's eye. And I want you to release the hand and let go of that stress. Maybe it moves out, like I said, in a vapor or a mist or a colour, anything that works for you. Inhale your breath and exhale all the way out, feeling a little lighter now. Pay attention just to your heart. As you breathe in, allow your heart to expand. As you breathe out, you allow your heart to soften with kindness, compassion, and a little bit of joy. What would that look like? First image that comes into your mind, hold it there. And then just let it soften again. Breathe in and just pay attention to your belly now. Allow the breath to move in and for the belly to swell like an ocean of emotion. And hold a lot of our emotions in our stomach. And as you exhale the breath, just let your lower back soften down. The glutes to become soft. And allow that to flow all the way out through the right and the left sides of your body. Any caught emotion, I want that to move out of your legs now. Once again, there's a colour. And as it moves out through the legs, out the soles of your feet, and leaves your body in a mist, moving further and further away from you. Until your body feels light, feels relaxed. Completely let go. Body scan, moving through all aspects of your body now, and just using one colour that resonates, and allow that colour to move all the way from the crown of your head, down your neck, your shoulders, your arms, from your upper chest, middle, into the belly, out through the legs, and out through the soles of your feet. washing away any remaining tension, stress, hidden emotion. Just feel your body and let it go. Bringing yourself back into the room. Just going to start with just making a little soft fist with your right hand and then release. And then a little soft fist with your left hand. Tuck it in and release. I want you just to point the right toes down to the mat and release. And then the left toes down to the mat and release. Now both together. Two little soft fists at the same time. Deep breath in and relax. And you may choose to just draw yourselves straight over onto your right side and tuck your knees in at the same time, or you may like to walk in a little bit slower, so right foot close to buttocks, left foot. It's whatever you prefer, and then knees to chest, eyes closed. And then as you come on over to that one side of your body, taking a couple of little gentle rocks, and just allow the knees to drift over. Take a moment or two before you come on it and rise to cross-legged, nice long spine, soft shoulders, soft belly. We're just going to take really small circles. So as you come into this cross-legged posture and your hands are just over the tops of your knees, it's going to take little tiny circles just towards your right side. So I want you just to do 4 to the right. So you're just orientating yourself now around that center of your body. And then around to the left. Just make them really small. So just moving in time and space really gently. And I want you just to find your center. Find the balance now between the right and left sides of your body, right and left hemisphere of your brain, the yin and the yang. They are female and masculine essence of who you are. So beautifully balanced. Take a deep breath in and circle your arms overhead. Palms press at the top and lengthen yourself a little bit further as you breathe out. Inhale your breath, take another inch or two above you, and exhale, bring your hands back to your heart space. And in deep honour and gratitude of oneself and one another, we say together, Namaste. And welcome back. I feel like I could just have a snooze right now. So take it easy, everyone, on your way home. Float out of here. Thank you for coming. I'm back again on Sunday for body balance in the morning, and then on Monday morning for yoga again at 10:30. So thank you. Enjoy your evening. See you next time. Did really, really well. Good night.